Okay, good evening, everyone. We're about to start our presentation session. So please raise your hands. We'll go by the order of raised hands. Uh, before going by the order, I'd like to call Parmar Vimal. You can unmute yourself, Parmar Vimal.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you can.
May I audible, sir?
Yeah, share your screen, please. And why I am giving Vimal first opportunity to present is because he has asked in technical chat, and he's being allowed to present first.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Thank you, sir.
and after him, we'll just go by the raised hands. Okay,
Thank you,
Vimal.
sir.
Yeah, start. What's your presentation topic?
I for presentation is pending, so I can start its first presentation.
Yeah, okay. Just share your screen, please. Turn on your camera.
Screen is visible, sir.
Yes, it's visible.
May I start, sir?
Yes, you can start.
Sir, first of all, my name is Parmar Vimal, and I have completed my task, my four tasks. First name is Hackveda Office Python script. It's developed by Hackveda Business Operation scripts in Python. Google Cloud for digital marketing and sending email using SMTP. Contents Google Cloud for the digital marketing, Google Cloud. First Google Cloud and second is working of a Google Cloud of user of Cloud. Google Cloud. When the search engine sends a bot to your website and read the web page to a host, Google Cloud automatically discover and scan the website. The program used by the search engines to scan the understand and the content and create all of the websites. Google's main cloud is called as Google Bot or Spider. Why it does? The most relevant best pages are the selected at the top of the internet. It's a wide expanse of information. Finding the relevant information requires an efficient mechanism. Browse provides a scope of a search engine working. The cloud is the begins of one of the more URLs that institute a seed sets. It's pick a URL from a seed set, then fetch the web page at that URL. There fetched web page is then the parts to extract both to the text and the hyperlink. The extracted URL and added to the visited URL. Conclusion. Although the Google bot, Google's main cloud is guided by the complex algorithm, you may still navigate its behavior to it makes advantages to your website. Furthermore, the majority of our crawling process optimize stages are similar to those we are familiar with the normal SEO. Then the sending email using SMTP. The formal protocol is defined as MTA client and the server in the internet is called SMTP. SMTP provide a communication guideline that allows the transfer from mail over the internet. Mail responsibility is getting the communication the rule between server. Is worked at the application layer. Use TCP connection oriented protocol. It's used push protocol. Sending email using SMTP. Components of the SMTP. User agent UN, measure mail submission agent MCA, mail transfer agent MTA, and mail delivery agent MDA. The working of the SMTP is first the sender is sending the mail through the link to the wireless link to the SMTP and SMTP mail server. Then the internet is goes to the SMTP and the receiver is receive the mail to the PO P3 and I map to the receiver. Component of the mail. Component of mail is two kind of things: body and header. Delivery of a mail email address contain two parts. under name of the reception of and the domain name. If the domain is a different way, then MCA will send the mail of MTA. The MTA will find the target domain in a MX record. MTA connects to the exchange server to relay the message. Conclusion. SMTP provides an easier solution to the send emails and message to the people all over the world. Bulk emailing is possibly only via SMTP servers and is it one of the most money friendly means is the of sending out a mail of a vast number of people at a time. Thank you, sir. My first PPT is complete. I have second. I am sharing a second PPT. My second task.
Yes, you can present your second one.
Yes, sir. My second task is the overview of the Python web frame using the Django, Fast API, and a Flask. I am starting the
Okay, just share your screen.
visible, sir.
Not yet. We are still seeing the thank you slide from the last presentation.
Is it visible, sir?
Yes, it's visible now.
Is it visible, sir?
Yes, it's visible. You can start.
Okay, sir. Overview of the Python web framework. My second task is the overview of the Python web framework, Django, Fast API, and Flask framework. A framework is a collection of a package and modules which are used to develop a software and helps to develop to avoid handling low levels details. Python framework automatically implementation of the several tasks and gives a structure of application development. Framework are used to reduce the development time. Framework is the three types: full stack, micro, and asynchronous. Uses of framework: easier implementation, good communication, documentation, efficient operations, secure framework, easy integration, and open source. Django. Django is a high-level Python web framework which allows to repair, clean, and pragmatic design development. Django is handled much of the complexities of a web development. So you can focus on your writing on your app without you need relevant of the wheel. It is a popular for its robust and straightforward nature. It's one of the most popular frameworks globally and used by the tech giants like Instagram, YouTube, etc. Django is also popular because they encourage the reusable code. The Django code structure is very efficient. It is easy to developers and add more functionalities to their websites. Second, the REST framework that defines a set of constraints to be used when creating a web service is in Django. It is a flexible toolkit used to build web APIs in Django. It's easy to build a web API with Django because of the modular and customizable architecture. Django emphasizes security by providing a defense against a joint SQL injection and cross-site request forgery attack. Cons and fronts. Cons is Django is a cumbersome cumbersome software may limit the development speed because of the many regional modules. It is also to make a prawns. Sure that previous version are still compatible with the new release, contributing to its slow nature. Django module can have no mixins. They have a simple inheritance. Django uses ORM, which was created before SQL Alchemy, and we are making a Django ORM inferior to SQL Alchemy because it is a less flexible. Flask. Flask is the lightweight web framework that is designed to be easy and used and flexible. It is not include many of the features that come with the Django, but it is easy to customize and extend. Flask is a good choice for all to me, medium medium size of projects and developers who want to more control over their application. It is known as the simplicity and flexibility, and it allows the developers to create web application quickly and easily. Thank you, sir. My second task is complete. Now I was sharing a third task. My third task is visible, sir. Third PPT is visible.
Yes, it's visible.
My third task is integrating a Django REST framework with React front-end applications. Agenda: introduction of a DRF, creating APIs with DRF, integrating with DRF with React, and creating API with the DRF. Introduction of a REST framework. Introduction to Django REST framework. What is API? Application programming interface. APIs is basically how software components should interact. API is a set of routines, protocols, and tools for building the software applications. What is the REST? Representation of a stress transfer. REST is a lightweight alternative to mechanism like RPC, remote producer calls, and web service. RESTless service. What is DRF? Django is the REST framework and is a powerful and flexible toolkit for building a web APIs. The web browsable API is a usability means for your developers. See, serialization that supports both ORM and non-ORM data source. Creating API with a DRF. What is a Django? Django is a free open source Python-based web framework that follows the model view template MVT architecture pattern. It reduces the hassle of the web development so that you can focus on for your writing your app instead of reinventing the wheels. What is the REST API? A REST API is a popular way for a system to explosion, expose useful function and REST data. REST, which stands for representational state transfer, can made up one of the more resources that can be accessed at a given URL and returned in various formats like a JSON, images, HTML, and more. Why Django REST framework? Django REST framework DRF is a powerful and a flexible toolkit for building a web APIs. Its main benefits that it makes a serialization much easier. Django REST framework is based on a Django class based view, so it is an excellent option. You are familiar with Django. It adopts implementation like a class based view, forms, model validators, query set, and more. Setting up a Django REST framework. This is the following commands that we can install before our command line. Pip install Django, pip install REST framework, Django admin start project, then create a new project, then CD into the new todo. Run your initiation migration of your built in user model. Python manage.py migrate. Next, add a REST framework and a todo instead of apps inside todo. Todo setting .py file. Be sure to include a REST framework and URL shown below in your URL .py file. Setting up Django framework. Next, create a super user. We will come back to the later. Python management.py create super user. Rest full structure get post put and delete methods. This is my code. I can use in my VS code. Setting up the Django framework. After creating a model migration, it is a database Python manage.py. Make a migration python.py migrate. This is my code in my VS code. Setting up Django REST framework, creating APIs Django first post view line and post details view. Setting up Django HTTP. Okay, we can access the page and we can perform the operation. You can see that the post is visible to your screen. Build the category number one. When we try to create a post, we get an error and we say, set is the default one. Then is no category yet. HTTP 200K, okay, you can access this page. You can see that the page is accessed now. Integrating DRF with React. Front end using the React to install and React, we use the following CMD. CMD is a command line. CMD G stands for a global, and we are installing a create a React app globally. NPM install G create React app. Creating APIs with the DRF. Creating APIs with the Django REST framework is easy. The framework provides a powerful set of tools. Creating APIs such as serialized views and routers. It is also provides authentication and authorize. This feature is allowing developing create secure APIs with minimum efforts. React and designed to work a wide variety of data source and Django REST framework provide an easy way to create APIs. By combining the two, developers can quickly create a powerful application with React frontend and Django framework backend. Summary. Integrating the Django REST framework with React is easy. The Django REST framework is a provide a powerful set of creating APIs and React designed work with a wide variety of data sources. By combining the two, developers can quickly create a powerful web application with React frontend and a Django framework backend. Thank you, sir. My third task is over, so I can share my fourth task. It is visible, sir.
Yes, it's visible.
My fourth task is creating a test plan document. Introduction. The purpose of the documentation outline the test plan exam automation system project. This test plan is intended to ensure the application function as per the requirement specification and all the features are system tested rigorously. This document is required for the project team, developers and QA team members who are responsible to application. The test plan identified. Test plan identified projects is a ESA 22. Reference and test items. The following documents are used in test plan: requirements specification, document, design specification, the test item for the projects of the functional of the exam automation system application, non-functional requirements of the system, exam automation system application. Features to be tested. We are tested will be student admin, faculty login registration and the dashboard functionality, exam scheduling and timetable, tracking a student and yeah, student display admission panel functionality, reporting functionality, which is to be not tested. The following approach is to be black box testing, functional testing, and user acceptance testing, and regression testing. Item pass and fight pass and fail criteria. Suspension criteria is reasonable requirements. The testing will be suspended in the following cases: when the application is the production and when a critical bug is found, when a issue is identified that requires a modification to the system design and a specification, the testing will be resumable after the following are met. The critical bug is fixed. Then the modification is to the design is specification made and tested. This test deliverable variables. Test plan documentation, test cases documentation, and test summary report. The testing task is the preparation of task cases, execution of cases, reporting of results, bug reporting and tracking, user experience, tasking, testing, environment and responsibility. Testing environment is similar production and data sets of testing. Project manager overall the resources for the project. QA manager responsibility for testing the application. QA team members are responsibility for testing test cases, execution test cases, and reporting test result. Developers responsibility for fixing the bugs report there by a QA team. Staffing and training. Staff QA team members should have experience testing and web application. Developers should have experience in fixing a bug application and schedules. Risking and contagious approval. Risk and contagious declare in our delivery to the test environments datasets, unclear or incomplete requirement specification, high priority and works identification identified during testing approvals. Project manager, QA manager, and development manager. Thank you, sir. This is all my task, and it's the PPT.
So Vimal, are you done?
Yes, sir. I am done.
Okay. So can you tell me in your second presentation, it was overview of Python frameworks, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So according to the presentation you showed us, there were information about Django, REST API, Fast API, and Flask, right?
Yes, sir.
So your task clearly says it's overview. So you have to add the pros and cons of individual frameworks, but you didn't add it. And
I
you
edit,
could
sir.
have, you didn't. Can you show me your presentation, second presentation?
Yes, sir. It is visible, sir.
Yeah. So
Yes,
there
sir.
is pros and cons for Django.
Yes, sir.
Then change the slide. Flask, change the slide. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Where is the pros and cons for Flask? Framework, Django, Flask, and where is Fast API then?
It but some items are deleted.
Django, yeah. See, your presentation is incomplete. Right. Uh, yeah. So can you tell me, since you have done the task,
Yes, sir.
can you tell me from all the three of the frameworks, according to you, which is better
In Django, sir.
and why?
Because it's very easy to learn and I interested in Django, sir.
But Flask is easy as well.
Yes, sir. These are the most powerful Python web framework, but
Yeah,
I
but
like Django,
I'm
sir.
asking which is better according to you. And you're saying it's easy to learn, but
Yes, sir.
Flask is easy as well.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that it's not that that's actually not the answer. Okay. And from your very first presentation, you included that pictorial diagram of the sender sending the email through internet. Then there is a
Yes, sir.
receiver side.
Yes, sir.
It had this POP3 and IMAP. What is POP3 and IMAP?
On three, and I made.
Yeah, in
Sir, I
this.
basically read about this person. I have no idea regarding this. I am,
So you have
I'm,
no idea about the terms you use in your own PPT,
sir. I read about this that time is 3 months ago, but I forgot now, sir.
but you are giving the presentation today. So you
Yes,
do know while giving presentations, you have to explain the terms, right? You do know that this is not the first time you are seeing any presentation, or you haven't experienced any presentation. After the end of the presentation, we ask people questions. We give the overview of what was there in your presentation and what not. So there might be a chance that I'll ask you about these terms because you included that in your PPT, right? And you don't know what the terms you included in your PPT yourself. So I'm
But I
confused here.
performed the task.
Okay, you
I
did perform the task. That's what you are saying. See, you have given me four presentations, right?
Yes,
But there was not a single demo of any four of them. Let's say the overview of Python frameworks, it's an exception. You can't make any demo of it. But what about the business operation of Hackveda? You could have easily created a simple email SMTP. You could have sent from your side to any other user, and you could have shown that demo. Then you could have shown us the Google crawler demo. Let me ask you a simple question. What is Google crawler? What does it does? Because your PPT includes why it does, and that is not the right English, I believe. It should be what it does. So what does Google crawler do?
Google Colab.
Yeah, what is Google crawler do? What does Google crawler do?
It is basically run our website code, sir. Google Colab we can there is coding.
No, that is not the answer. That's wrong. See, you are telling me you have done the task, but you don't know about the task. So your entire four presentations, I'm watching you. You are only reading the PPT. Just because you have completed the task and giving the presentation for the sake of completing it, that's not how you do your tasks.
Oh no, sir.
But you are showing me that, man. I mean, you're just reading the entire PPT. And now when I'm asking you the questions which you included in your own PPT, you don't know the answer. Is it your own PPT?
Yes, sir. Is my vision.
It's your
I
PPT,
created.
but then why can't you give a single answer? See, in your third presentation itself, you showed me some backend codes, right?
Yes, sir.
That means there has to be a front end part as well, running the backend part, right? But you didn't show me any demo. Can you show me your third PPT, please? Yeah, this PPT. See, in your sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10, 11 slides, you have included some backend codes, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, these are some codes setting up Django framework, but there is no demo of it. Is it your own snippets? Have you used
Yes,
your
sir.
own snippet?
Yes, sir.
But then there has to be some front end part as well. There has to be a demo if it has a code. Where is the demo? So Vimal, this is not how you do a presentation. This is not how you do your task. See, in your in your fourth presentation itself, it says creating a test plan document, right?
Yes, sir.
Can you give me a simple hook story about the test plan document?
Simple story.
Yeah, hook story. See, there was not a single hook story present in the entire four presentations. There was no just idea about what exactly is your task. See, the people new to your task won't understand a single thing if you just read the PPT. See, you show us the PPT, we'll read it by ourselves. Then what's the use of your presence here? You have to include some lines and then explain them individually. You can't just read the PPT. That we can do by ourselves,
Yes, sir.
right? So this is not how you do the presentations, Vimal. What should I score you then if the presentation is going to be like this? And that too, not one, not two, all four of them. There was no demo. I'm disappointed. There was no demo. You could have created simple pages using email SMTP, Google crawler, and then there's this third presentation of yours integrating Django REST frameworks. Also, when you show us the format, your PPT, some slides have bigger fonts, some slides have small fonts. So the formatting part is also not good, I believe. See, this snippet is on the left side, some snippets are on the right side, some snippets are. So basically, there is no uniformity in your formatting part as well. So I believe you have just completed the PPT for the sake of completing it, right? So that is not how you do the presentations. You should know your tasks. Well, I'll have to talk to sir about this because this is not how you do the presentations. I'm sorry. Okay.
Screen.
Yeah, you can stop sharing your screen. Also, see, when you end the presentations, you did include the conclusion part, but there was no reference. You gathered all this information, but from where? You should have added a reference slide, a Q&A slide, a thank you slide. So yeah, there are so many points missing in the presentations.
Ah,
Right. So let's move forward. Then next, we'll go by the order of raised hands. We have Nishant with us. You can unmute yourself, Nishant.
Yes, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible. Please share your screen.
Yeah. Yeah, is my screen visible?
Yes, it's visible.
So, good evening, everyone. I'm Nishant and I'm from the Cloud Computing Group. And my task name is to create a elastic beanstalk environment. So, let us start by taking an example. Suppose you are the owner of Oyo Rooms and you want to host this website, which is oyorooms.com, on any web server, which is to know the insights of and the number of people visiting your website in various cities. So the solution for this is Elastic Beanstalk. So so these are the table of contents for my presentation. So what is exactly Elastic Beanstalk? Elastic Beanstalk is easy to deploy and manage applications in AWS, and it is a platform as a service. It is an application container which stores your application in Elastic Beanstalk, and you get no charges for that. It is free tier usage, and you only create and upload your application. So Elastic Beanstalk provides capacity provisioning, which is EC2, load balancing, auto scaling, and application health monitoring with CloudWatch. So what is exactly Elastic Beanstalk? With Elastic Beanstalk, you can quickly deploy and manage applications in the AWS cloud without worrying about the infrastructure that is management complexity. Without restricting your choice of control, you simply upload your application and the Elastic Beanstalk automatically handles the details of capacity provisioning, load balancing, scaling, and application health. So the basic workflow of Elastic Beanstalk is you create an application and then upload the version of that application, and then you launch that environment for that application, and then you get to manage that environment. So you can update and deploy your new version easily with Elastic Beanstalk. So launching an environment creates Elastic Load Balancer and S3 buckets, and also auto scaling group. And managing the environment means to deploy versions, edit configuration, monitor health of your application, and view logs, and restart app server or rebuild the infrastructure and terminate your application when needed. So the benefits of using Elastic Beanstalk. So Elastic Beanstalk helps the developers retain their ownership and full control over their AWS resources. So you get the root access to your EC2 instances. It is easily manageable configuration changes in one place. And you can use any of the database as listed in this slide, which are RDS, Simple Database, and Microsoft SQL or Oracle database. And you can create custom AMIs, which is Amazon Machine Images using Elastic Beanstalk. And you can run other services side by side in EC2. You can easily move your application out of the Elastic Beanstalk as and when needed. So the environments present in Elastic Beanstalk are .NET, .php, and Java. These all applications you can use to deploy your web application, which is of any of these formats. And other applications which Elastic Beanstalk provides are Docker pre-configured, Node.js, Python, and Ruby. So you have to create a policy for those applications, and here is a sample policy to allow the admin groups to use all the Elastic Beanstalk uh, services related with APIs. So here you have to, in this policy, you have allowed Elastic Beanstalk full access, EC2 full access, Elastic load balancing full access, and auto scaling full access, along with CloudWatch and S3 full access. And also for giving a notification for your application, you can use RDS and SNS. SNS is simple notification service, which the AWS provides. So here is another sample policy which allows the developer groups to do all actions except high privileged operations, such as creating the applications and environments. So how does the Elastic Beanstalk and web application and the worker associated with it communicate? So when the web server detects a request is taking and the request is taking too long, and subsequent requests are passed via the XQS. So the web server sends those requests to SQS queue, and the worker environment has a daemon running in that polls the SQS queue and then retrieves the SQS messages by sequentially processing it. And then the worker environment then returns the HTTP responses to the client that made the request. So basically the forwarding of the SQS messages is done by a SQS queue, and then it is provided to the web server again using a worker environment, which returns the HTTP response. So the task objectives were to create an Elastic Beanstalk environment and to learn about AWS Elastic Beanstalk service, and to get more insights in order to manage cloud operations for Hackveda. So now I'll show you my demonstration that I have done in this task. So how to deploy an application using Elastic Beanstalk? First, you can locate your Elastic Beanstalk service under your AWS console under Cloud Compute Services. And the first step is to create a new web app as shown in this image and give it a unique name. After that, you can create your web application. And the second step is to select a platform and a platform version for that. And after that, you have to upload the application code and go ahead and create your application. So after that, the Elastic Beanstalk will start to create all the required resources and display a screen with the log of supporting resources being created. So after this, your application is successfully created, and the process for the sample application creates S3 bucket, Elastic Load Balancer, security group, auto scaling group, and its policy related to the ASG group, and CloudWatch alarms, load balancer listener, EC2 instances, and your application environment. So so now I'll show you my demonstration. So here I have created a environment named as demo Hackveda, and I have pushed the code for that for the application. So this application was readily available, and just I have pushed the code in that. So as you can see, this is the web application available, and the user can easily track the health logs and monitor his application easily, and also create alarms in order to protect his application, and also learn that how many users are visiting his or her application, as I gave an example of OYO rooms. And So for example, if a particular user is accessing the website and visiting it very frequently, so the application owner can send the related ads to that user. So continuing. So what are the benefits of Elastic Beanstalk? So Elastic Beanstalk is easy to start with. It has auto scaling options. It improves the developer's productivity. It allows the customization option for creating your applications and editing the services related to it. It is cost effective, and it also manages and updates the application very easily. So in conclusion, we have the Elastic Beanstalk is a platform within AWS that is used to deploy the web scaling web applications. In simple terms, this is a Elastic Beanstalk is a platform as a service which takes your application code and deploys it while provisioning the supporting architecture and compute the resources required for your code to run. Elastic Beanstalk also fully manages the patching and security updates for those provisioned resources. Hence, we have successfully used Elastic Beanstalk service, and here are the references for my presentation. So if you have any queries, you can contact me on the email ID given below. So thank you for your attention. And if you have any questions, please feel free to answer the question. So thank you, sir.
Okay, Nishant, is it done?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you are taking questions, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Nishant, see, we have EC2, and then this was your task about the Elastic Beanstalk, right?
Yeah.
So,
Correct.
according to you, which is better?
So EC2 and Elastic Beanstalk are completely different.
Okay.
EC2 provides instances, which includes Kali Linux, and operating systems. It allows to create it and you use it in different computers. And Elastic Beanstalk allows us to deploy the web applications that we require, as I explained in my presentation.
Okay. 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 Good. Right. So, your flow was very good. You started with a good story, and then the demo part was nice as well. In all, I'll say the presentation was well presented, right? And you did include everything. There was a reference, there was Q&A, thank you as well, and contact list. Yeah. So, I'll say this was a good presentation.
Yeah,
Thank
thank you,
you.
sir.
Yeah. So let's continue further. We have Siddhi Mhapelkar.
Sir, am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible.
Sir, is my screen visible?
Yeah, it's visible.
Good evening. My name is Siddhi Mhapelkar, and the topic of my presentation is SRS document of TM web application using Trusting Minds web application. I'm from Web Developers. So introduction. So this is basically a software requirement specification, which is used in order to collect requirements from the customer by the software engineer. In this, there is a overall representation of what the product does and the needs the software engineer has to meet in order to fulfill the expectations of both the stakeholder and the users. The purpose of the website is to make sure that we create and substitute for the some of the manual processes that happen while creating a diet chart. The scope of the application is to make sure that we curate a diet chart in collaboration with all the three: patient, chef, and doctor. Patient, chef, which is patient, chef, and doctor, which is uh, according to the patient's preferences, appetite, as well as health condition. Stakeholders. So there are basically three stakeholders: patient, which is allowed to book the appointment, and he will receive a diet chart after his evaluation, where he has to fill a where he has to fill a form in order to get his meal according to his preference, appetite, as well as health condition. Doctor can view the patient's history, and create and give his suggestions in order to maintain his health condition. The chefs are allowed to collaborate with both the patient and doctor, through which he can curate a diet chart according to the patient's appetite, health condition, as well as preferences. So functional requirements are those requirements that the software has to meet. Software has to meet in order to and what the software basically does. Its main aim is to make sure that the user needs are satisfied. Also, it describes the functionality of the software. So patient evaluation, in this the doctor accesses the patient needs and provides the provides him with the with appropriate with provides him with the appropriate service. Patient data management, in this the data of the patient gets stored, which can be viewed anytime by the doctor. Then the culinary interface, in this the patient's diet chart has been curated according to, in collaboration with all the three: chef, doctor, and patient, according to his appetite, preferences, as well as health condition. Also his also whether he is vegetarian, semi-vegetarian, vegan, or vegetarian. So individual diet program, in this the doctor curates a diet chart in regards of the patient's health condition, also his likes and dislikes. Also this app recommends a list of food items to the doctor, which he can include in the diet. So alongside is a chart which is of a vegetarian patient, which has to lose some weight. So communication interface is basically a chatting feature in this app, which will make sure that all of the three patient, chef, as well as the doctor, are on the same page, and it will make sure that there are no miscommunication as well as mishaps. So non-functional requirements describes how a software is supposed to be. It is okay if these requirements are not met, but it may not meet the expectations of the stakeholders as well as the users. Performance is the set of criteria which describes what a process is supposed to work like, what standards it has to maintain, as well as how it needs to perform under certain condition. Security. In this application, there is role-based access control. Each part of the data will not be visible to everyone, which will prevent DDoS attacks as well as the data leakage. User-friendly. The main goal of the application is to make sure that the application is user-friendly and is applicable to all the age groups, and it responds quickly in 5 seconds. So the web application functions. So if the patient has to book an appointment, he has to fill the following features. That is whether he has the session type, the diet, then what is his session place, whether it is TM office, TM home visit, phone counseling, or either video call, which is TM Skype. TM diet chart. So this TM diet chart is prepared in collaboration with all of the three stakeholders, that is patient, chef, as well as the doctor. it is made in regards of the patient likes and dislikes, also his appetite, and it also contains a list about even the salt used, oil used, the patient likes, dislikes, his fast days, and special notes. There will be total 3 tables. First, it will contain title of food items from breakfast, lunch, and dinner. If the patient wants to have Kellogg's in his breakfast, any um or any fruit salad or drink, or in the lunch if he wants to have flatbread or any millets, or in dinner if he wants to have hummus or anything else. So it contains title of detoxes, which will contain a variety of detoxes in regarding of weight loss issues, um etc., diabetes, etc. So the table 2 will have detox recipes and the ingredients that will be used in it. So table 3 will have the recipe to make the breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Then the shopping list, there will be a shopping list based on the diet chart which has been made in order to make sure that the chef is able to have all the ingredients during his preparation. So there are daily input reminder, which is similar to our smartwatches. It will have a set of questions which will be asked to the patient daily. Also there is a discharge summary which will basically give an overview of the before and after of the patient. Also a comparison. Also his medical history will be included in it. Also his current diet plan, his current medical issues. Staff management, there will be roles of the staff, diet list, the number of clients he has attended, attendance, time in, time out, national holidays, personal leaves, monthly salary, issues of staff which will be stored, so that the staff can improve based on that list close when they leave. So basically it is recorded so that we get a pattern about the staff. So there are possibly 3 use cases. In the first use case, it is to make sure if the prepared diet chart which has been shared to the patient, if it is applicable to him or not. If there are any changes according to him, he can ask us to modify it. And in the second case, the doctor will design the diet chart, personalized diet chart according to the his health condition, patient's health condition. In the third case, the chef will be preparing the meal according to the diet chart. So the reference used are here. Thank you. Sir, am I audible? Sir?
Yes,
So I'm done.
you are done. Okay.
Yes.
So Siddhi, your task says SRS document, right?
Yes, sir.
So where is the SRS document?
So it has the functional requirements, non-functional requirements.
Yeah, but you have to create an SRS document. See, these things you must have followed that 15 videos playlist, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so based on that playlist, you have to create an SRS document. That will be the part of the demo.
So the flow chart and all of that.
Uh, you did miss the flowchart because see, instead of using all the texts and then explaining them, you could have just used a flowchart,
So
right?
I have created it and shared in the while the submission.
Yeah, so you could just show us the flowchart or the document which you have submitted there.
Yes, sir.
Right. So just can you just show me this document?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please. I shouldn't be saying this. You should just uh, share your document.
Yes, yes, sir. Sorry.
Yeah.
So is it visible?
Yeah, it's visible, right? So this is the flowchart I'm talking about. So yeah, this is, instead of explaining everything there, could have just shown us this, and then explained them.
Okay, sir.
So yeah, can you just scroll down? Right. So you did create a SRS document, right? So this is the demo part, right?
Yes.
So yeah, just keep scrolling.
So it has all the form details which the patient has
Okay.
to fill.
Yeah. Okay. 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 So Siddhi,
Yes.
you did show me what is SRS document, but why do we use an SRS document?
Some SRS document is basically used to collect requirements from the customer by the software engineer. It can be done in.
Can you just turn on your camera?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So just a minute.
Yeah. Please go ahead.
So SRS document is basically used in order to collect requirements from the customer by the software engineer. It can be done using several methods, that is by interviewing or a group discussion in which all the people regarding the project will be there. So yeah, which will give the suggestions to the customer.
Yeah. So still the question is why? You're actually explaining the process and what is
Okay.
SRS.
SRS is a blueprint of the software.
Right. Yeah. So what exactly is blueprint?
Um, Roadmap basically of
Exactly. That's what I want to hear. See, so it's basically a step-by-step procedure which the software engineer will follow to design the application. Right. So that should be included in the hook story part, and you should start with this. So people will get the idea what exactly is an SRS. Right. So instead of jumping on the topic directly, just add a hook story to it. So the presentation will be complete. See, your the entire PPT was nice. You included everything uh, and explained everything that which was nice, and you just lacked the hook story part, and yeah, the rest it was okay. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Right. So
yes,
just
I will
don't miss the demo part. You should show your demo.
yes, sorry.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
will improve next time. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Okay. So let's continue. We have Nikita Gupta. Yeah, you can stop sharing. Nice. Yes, Nikita, you can unmute yourself.
So do I need to start my presentation?
Yeah, you have raised your hand.
Okay.
What's that
There
question?
was one student before me, so I thought,
Yeah, I think he got disconnected and now he's after you.
okay.
Yeah. Please turn on your camera and start sharing your screen. Can you tell me your topic?
Software testing, task 1.
Okay, from which group you are?
18th April.
And batch?
I think that is the batch, 15th April batch.
Uh, I'm talking about the domain you have chose.
Testing. So,
Acha, okay. Okay. It's okay. Yeah, you can start.
so basically, software testing is checking the software with the intention of finding bugs into it. For example, if we have a website, so if we have a field of phone number in the form of a website, so it should only take 10 digits. If it is taking more than 10 digits, then it can be called an error in the website. So basically, testing is basically uh, an effort to make that website error free and improve the functionality of the website. So this is the agenda of my today's presentation. We are going to cover types of testing, software testing methodologies, and software testing life cycle. So basically, there are two types of testing: manual testing and automation testing. In manual testing, there comes three types of testing: white box testing, black box testing, and gray box testing. And further, black box testing can be further classified into functional and non-functional. So first, we are going to see what is manual testing. Manual testing includes testing software manually. Testers use test plans, test cases, or test scenarios to test software to ensure the completeness of testing. Unit testing, integration testing, system testing, and user acceptance testing comes under manual testing. On the other hand, automation testing is done when the tester writes scripts and uses another software to test the product. It is basically the automation of manual testing. Now, there are three types of manual testing. First one is black box testing. The tester will give the input to the software to test it manually. If it returns the expected output, then the tester will proceed. And if it doesn't, then we can consider it an error. In white box testing, tester will check the internal structure of the system like designs, coding. So basically the tester is familiar, should be familiar with the coding part also. So entire coding is checked line by line, and if there is an error, it is fixed. Then comes gray box testing.
Sorry to interrupt you. Are you changing your slides?
Yes, I am.
I can see the first slide only.
Okay, okay.
It's stuck, I guess.
Is it okay now?
No. Can just stop sharing and reshare?
Uh, Now can you see types of manual testing on the screen?
Nope. It's still stuck on the very first slide.
Okay. Okay, I'll just reshare. Is it visible now?
Yeah, it's visible. Continue.
Okay. So now comes gray box testing. Gray box testing is the combination of the black box and the white box one. Tester will check both the internal structure and the functionality of the application. Now there are Now there are two types of black box testing, functional and non-functional. In functional testing, test engineer will check all the components systematically against the requirement specification. This is called functional testing. Unit testing, integration testing, and system testing comes under functional testing. Then there is non-functional testing. It is used to determine how an application behaves under various conditions. Our goal is to test the responsiveness and the stability of the application. Load testing, stress testing, endurance testing, and spy testing comes under non-functional. So quick description, like unit testing. In unit testing, we basically check a single module. In integration testing, we check together some modules together. And in system testing, we test the whole system. These are the software testing methodologies that you can see on the screen. A waterfall model, verification and validation model, iterative model, agile testing, and extreme programming model. So first one is waterfall model. In waterfall model, uh, first we gather the requirements of the software, then we design an SRS, then we basically design the system, then comes the implementation and unit testing part, and then comes the integration and system testing, and then operation and maintenance of the application. Basically, operation and maintenance constitutes 60 to 70% of the time that we give to an application, and the rest steps are done only in 30 to 40% of the time. So as we can see in the picture, first we gather requirements, then we design, then comes the coding part, that is the implementation part, then comes verification, and then comes operation and maintenance. Second model is verification and validation model. Verification is basically the static analysis without executing code, and validation is basically dynamic analysis. Testing is done by executing the code. So this is the uh, visualization of the V model. This is the verification phase, and this is the validation phase. Now comes the iterative model. In iterative model basically centers around breaking down a project into smaller components, and each component is iterated and tested and deployed. Basically, each component goes through a development cycle in the iterative model. So this is the visual representation of it. This is the planning, then requirement gathering, then design, then implementation, then testing, and then evaluation, and then deployment. So basically, each component goes through this cycle again and again. Now comes the agile model. Agile model basically uses rapid and incremental cycles. So basically, it is based on the idea of iterative development. Rather than delivering the completed work like we do in iterative development, Agile delivers these incremental deliverables throughout the process. It also allows us frequent communication with the client at every stage, which was missing in waterfall model. So agile basically covers up the mistakes that we did in waterfall model. This is the visual representation of agile model. Now comes the extreme programming model. So it basically takes the aspects that we discussed in agile development, like stakeholder communication, frequent communication, and feedback to improve and progress through short iteration cycles and near constant testing. Software testing life cycle. So basically, these are the stages in the software testing life cycle. First is requirement analysis. So in this phase, what we actually do is we identify the features of the application and see the scope of testing. Then the testing team review the requirements and create a test plan according to that, and look at what approach of testing will be required in the application to test it. Then the test planning, as the name suggests, it in the planning part we basically plan the test objectives, test approach, test strategy, and a detailed test plan to check the application. Then comes test case development. In this phase, the testing team will create test cases based on the requirements and the test plan. Test cases are designed to validate the functionality of the software and ensure that it meets the intended requirement. Then comes the test environment setup. It basically refers to the setup of hardware, software, and other tools that we are going to that are required in our testing. Then comes test execution. This phase involves setting up the required test environment. And sorry, this is one mistake in the presentation. In the test execution, but we basically execute the test cases that we have planned for the application. Prepares reports that summarize the whole testing that we have done on the application, and in test closure, the team evaluate the test results and provide recommendations for improving the software. And the final report is produced in this phase, which summarizes the entire testing process and provides feedback on the software's quality. Thank you.
Right. So, Nikita, is it done?
Yes.
Okay. Nikita, you were explaining about functional and non-functional testing, right?
Yes.
So yeah, you did explain about the functional testing subpoints, but you
Yes.
skipped the non-functional points. So can you explain me those non-functional testing subpoints?
Mm. Actually, I have not properly read about non-functional testing. So
Okay.
I skipped those parts.
Okay. Then there was this agile testing, right? So
Yes.
instead of including a paragraph in the slide, you could just add few pointers, right? Because you did explain them, but there was no connection between your explanation and the paragraph you have included in the slide.
Okay.
And you skipped the flowchart of the agile testing.
Yes.
Yeah, I am reviewing you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so are you listening?
Yes, I am.
Okay, then there was this Yes, you tend to skip this flowcharts explanation. Why is it so? You show us the flowchart and then you skip it, just turn back to the next slide. Like, why is it so? Is there no explanation of those flowchart?
I explained some of them and I
Yeah, you did explain
skipped.
some of them and you skipped some of them. So
I think one or two I just skipped,
yeah,
and
so if you no, if you are not having information about the flowchart or if you are not going to explain them, so you just not don't include in the slide, right?
okay.
And see, after the presentation is completed, like the informative part is completed, there should be a reference slide from all the references or all the data you have collected. There has to be some references. So
Okay.
those should be included, and there should be a Q&A slide at the end, which
Okay.
should have your contact info, like a Gmail.
Okay.
Okay.
Actually, it's my first task, so
Yeah,
I
I get
didn't
it.
know.
That's why I'm just telling you about this. You have missed them, and I'm guiding you. So just include them in your next presentation onwards. Okay.
Okay.
The rest, you did start with a good hook story, and your PPT is okay. Formatting is okay. Yeah, that's all I have to say. There is no demo part to it, right?
No.
Okay.
What could I do?
Yeah. Okay. So that's all I have to say about this presentation. It was a nice presentation overall.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So let's move forward. We have Vijay Kumar with us. Vijay, you can unmute yourself.
Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible. Share your screen.
Yes, sir. So confirm whether I'm yeah, my screen is visible, sir.
Yeah, your screen is visible.
Okay, sir. Just a second, sir. Yeah, okay, sir. Now confirm whether it is visible.
Yeah, it's still visible. You can start.
Okay, sir. So my name is Vijay Kumar from Java Developer Group. So currently I'm pursuing my Bachelor of Engineering in third year from Mhapelkar Institute of Science and Technology. So today my task is that was allotted to me, that is a stock trading application. So this is the task that was allotted to me. So now I will give a presentation about my project synopsis. So what is the stock trading application and what are the features available in the stock trading applications and how I develop the applications. So these are everything is going to be discussed in the next coming slides. Yeah, so this is the agenda that I am going to be discussed now in this my presentation. That is, so what is the stock trading application? Firstly, we will see that what is in the stock trading application. After that, followed we will see the best share trading apps. Followed that, we will see that how do the stock trading apps works. So basically, how the stock trading applications and the apps so works on the platform. So we will see this. After that, we will see that how to build a stock trading application or application or a stock trading app also. We will see that. Lastly, further that we will see the features that makes the successful stock trading app. That means what are the features should be included in the application and what will be the more important the features that may help the users to interact friendly. So these are the features we will discuss in that as well. After that, references, we will see that. Okay. Now, let me give a small introduction about my project. That was a stock trading application, and it is a software system that allows the users to buy the sales and to buy the stocks and sell the stocks. So the name itself has the stock trading application. That means the stock trading. It means that is trading the what you purchase. So this is the application system what I did in my project. Here you can see that what this application tells means. So it allows the users to buy and sell the stocks in a real life using a friendly interface. That means using some interfaces. That means as an app or any applications. What we see, this application tells the users to buy and sell, and also shows the how to buy the stocks and how to buy the how to sell the stocks and how to get the percentage or more profit. Everything this tells. After that, the application is built using a Java, and this is most integrated with the popular stock exchanges such as the National Stock Exchange and the Bombay Stock Exchange. So this applications was developed by using Java. So this is a small introduction that about stock trading applications. Now there is one primary goals about the stock trading applications. Here you can see that. So the main primary goal of the stock trading application that allows the users a convenient way to trade the stocks in online. So it provides a convenient way for the users or for the users how to trade the stocks, how to get the profit, and how to sell the products that was purchased. So this applications gives a convenient way. And also this application allows the user to access the real-time stock market, and also it provides to view their portfolio and execute the trades. And also this application is designed highly responsible and responsive and scalable and secure also. So ensure that the user have the seamless trading experience. That means that if you have any something trading experience knowledge, so this application may help for them to do the trade. Okay. So what is basically a stock trading application? What is mean by application, trading application? So it is a computer program or a mobile app that tells the people to buy the and sell the stocks and their financial aspects. So that lets the people what is mean by stocks and how to buy the stocks and how to sell the stocks, and also some financial assets. So it provides the users real-time information about the financial market and investment tools to manage their investments. What this provides, I mean, what this application provides the users with the information about the financial market and investment tools to manage their investments. So this application also provides that information about the financial market, and also it provides the information investment tools. And so this financial information market and the investment tools helps to manage their investments. So this application provides this information also, and it enables the user to access the markets and manage their investments from the anywhere at any time using their computer or mobile device. So this means what by using this software, the users can access the markets and manage their investments from anywhere to anywhere, because it is only on the online show. So the users can manage their investments. So now here, the best to share trading apps. So let me give some apps that shares the best to share trading apps. So Robinhood, Xtrade, and Fidelity. So these are the some apps that provides the best to shares. Okay, now we'll see how the stock trading app works. That means stock trading application works. So to put it is very simply, we'll discuss with one thing that a stock trading app is an end user platform. So in the previously I said that it is an program that helps the users or that helps the users or the end users where the stocks are bought and sold. So it tells the how this tells the users how to buy the stocks and how to sell the stocks. The stock trading apps are also part of the proper ways of handling money. We can handle the proper money also, including so borrowing, storing, lending, and spending, investing, and even though protecting it. So whatever we want to buy we want to purchase the stocks. So in that app itself, we can borrow the money and we can take the loan from other banks, and also store the and also provides storing features that purchasing the goods from the database from we can store it in our database. That lending, spending, investing, and also can invest your money on that. So whenever the percentage whenever the market is high, you can sell it and you can get the profit also. So this how the trading app works. Now, okay, so how to build a stock trading app? Let me first of all initialize the project. So that means what is the scope, what is the features of the stock trading app. So let me first of all initialize the app, what the idea we have. After that, so define the scope of the project. and where to use this application and who can use these applications. So I mean, defining the scope of this, and then after get your app secured. Uh, yeah, here you can, the name itself has the app securing the app, and then designing the core features. This means including the user's profile and
Vijay, sorry to interrupt you. Can you please turn your camera on?
okay, sorry.
Yeah, why haven't you turned your camera on?
Sorry, sir. Sorry, sir. I thought that. Okay, sorry, sir. Okay, sir. Now it is visible, sir.
Yeah, it's visible. Yeah, you
Yeah,
can
sorry,
continue.
sir. Sorry, I forgot to turn on my camera. So why don't you tell you in the beginning? Sorry, sorry, sir. Okay, can I proceed with sir, or else from the beginning itself?
Yeah, just continue.
Okay. One second. Yeah, designing the core features. So that means what are the features should be present in that application, sir. Designing means suppose the what we say that profile feature and the profile editing the profile and lending the money and storing the goods. So these are the features that may help to users to interact friendly, and then organizing React development team. So actually there is no team for developing this. So in the individual that I develop. After that, develop a API for the implementing core and the non-core features that I mean developing that. After that, testing and the delivery and the maintenance. This means that the testing and the delivery. So whoever want to buy this system, so they can deliver that. So so these are the steps to develop the stock trading application. Just a second, sir. Go to the forward. Yeah, we'll see some features that makes up the successful stock trading there. So checking process. That means here in the corner, we can check we can check. So what is mean how our profile is there and how many money we have that. Yeah, everything we can check from this menu icon. After the user's profile and our whether our profile is inactive or inactive, we can check here, and then putting trades on the stocks. So if we want to put our stocks on the trade, we can put, and then here portfolio whether the and it is what we say that the market is in high or in low, and the deposits and the searching and analytics and push notifications. So this means notifications, whether notifications can come and can notify our mobile. So these are the features some we can include in our system. So one Walt Disney once said that all our dreams can come true if we have the courage to purchase them. That means we have the courage to purchase the stocks. All our dreams, what we have, so all dreams will come as success. So once one person, I don't know that guy itself. So Walt Disney told that if you have the courage to purchase the stocks, all our dreams, what we think it will come true. Okay, before going to conclude my project, I'll show the live demonstration about my project. Here, yeah, let me run here the stock trading application. Just a second. Yeah, here you can see that main menu. So we have three options. So one is a search. So searching this, when you click this search, it goes to some other. Okay, I'll show you after the displaying this. So when we display, press display, so again interface opens. So in this interface, we can see here. Let me refresh here. Yeah. So these are the stocks that available here. We can purchase or we can add. So let me add one stock here. So item. So add. Let me give an example that Apple. Okay. So quantity we can take. We'll take 10 quantities, and the price each may be 30. Okay. Yeah, here we can see the successful ad. Let me here we can refresh this. Yeah. here you can see that the Apple stock was added in this our database. So whenever we want to purchase, also from this app we can purchase also. And if we have to that we can purchase here, let me go here. Under this here index number. So you can see here the index number. Let me give that 1065. Okay, the quantity, how many quantity we want, let me take a picture. Yeah, here. And so five stocks are 5 products are purchased. And yeah, here I mean selected 5 stocks. Okay, now load the cash. Whenever it the load cash payment, here the cost is 150. So let me do 150. Whenever I'll click the OK, so in the background, in the back end, it moves to the bank, and there we can select the phone pay or any UPI transaction. We can get, I mean, we can purchase in this way. So this is the purchase option. Then we'll click the update. So update means whatever, if you want to change this any update, that means if you any want to change the quantity, we can change it, or we can if you want to change the unit price, we can change it. We can update also. So this is on display here. When we go after this, suppose let me keep in this 1055. So when you move to the search, here there is a search option. You can search an item here. Let me do Apple here. When you will search here, yeah. Yeah, so before itself there are 3 items, 3 products Apple. So we can, I mean, conclude that whether our item present in or not. If there is an item present, we can click and we can buy the purchase also. So this is if you want to exit from this applications, yeah, there is the option that you can exit. So this is how the stock trading application works. Okay, so concluding, so I'm concluding the project that as a stock trading application is a software program, is before in the previous itself I said that. So that allows the users to buy and sell the stocks. So what this stock trading application tells means, so it allows the users to buy the stocks and sell the stocks. So this and provides a real-time access to market data and manage the protocols. So with the help of an idea such as Eclipse, DBMS such as MySQL, and the language as a Java, and the API such as Postman, and with the other security tools, we can develop the stock trading applications. So this application also gives the information about the market data and how to manage the products also. So by using these Eclipse or DBMS and SQL and some other languages like Java, API, API means application program interface such as Postman. With other some security tools, we can develop this trading platform. Yeah, thank you, sir. So my name is Vijay, signing off. So,
Yeah, so Vijay, are you done?
yes, sir.
Yeah, so Vijay, I have to tell you this, that this is by far the best presentation I've seen on this topic. You explained everything very well. You started good hook story. Your flow was very nice, I would say, and the demo part was very good. The way you explain things, it's actually a very good point about this presentation, that you explained them very well. Then see, there was all this data in your slide, so there has to be a reference slide about this. Right, so there was no reference slide plus no Q&A slide. Right, yeah, and see, do you yourself use any stock trading application?
Okay.
Do you yourself use any this stock trading application? Use any stock trading application?
So that means you are saying that you are using or developing.
Are you using any stock trading
No,
application?
no. So
Okay,
I saw in some videos.
okay, so it's fine, So rest, I would say, yeah, the presentation was very nice, and just minor here and there things which you need to take care, like the reference and the Q&A slide, and yeah, the rest everything was good. Yeah, that's all I have to say.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Nice. Right. So I don't see any more raised hands now, and we conclude our presentation session now. We'll take discussion session. So if you have any any doubts or problems, you can raise your hands again. Yeah, Vijay, so do you have any doubt?
So no, sir. Right now, I don't have
Okay,
any.
you don't have any. Okay, so you can just lower your. Yeah. Okay, so since we don't have any more raised hands, so we end our presentation session now. Thank you.